Many believe that if Louisiana was a person with a heart and a soul, it would be this man, Chef John FOLSE. His story begins in the late 40s. He describes St. James Parish as a perfect Cajun village during that time.
The swampland was the greatest outdoor pantry you could hope for. Any type of animal, any type of crawfish, whatever you needed was in that little world that was only about 1 mile square.
Tragedy struck the large Catholic family when John's mother died giving birth to her 10th child. Mary Fauché was a neighbor with 5 kids of her own. She noticed that the FOLSE's clothesline was full of toddlers' clothing.
And from that day on, for 25 years, she came into our house every day, cooked breakfast, washed clothes, and taught us all how to live on our own. She is the reason I'm a chef today.
John and his buddies spent Sunday afternoons hanging out on the big city strip in Donaldsonville.
I met my wife just leaning into a car window in Donaldsonville one day, sitting in front of the Grand Theater, and she had those little red shorts on and little red tennis shoes, and I said, this is her.
But Lolly Bouchereau and John went their separate ways for several years before running into each other on the campus at Nicholls State.
In 1970, she and I got married.
Financial hardship caused John to leave college. He got a job in Baton Rouge at the restaurant in the Howard Johnsons. He then moved to the Capitol House Hotel. Ruth Newcomer, a regular customer and banker, took John across the street to this building and asked him to take over a failing restaurant called The Tavern. He told her he was broke.
We're a bank. We can handle money. I'm looking for talent. She said, I watch you work this dining room. I watch you talk to the guests. I see you come out of the kitchen and have people tasting things. That's what the hospitality business is all about.
After a few years, Ruth lent John the money to open Lafitte's Landing in Donaldsonville. Lolly had a successful finance career with the state. John begged her to help at the bar one night, and she saw how the place was being run.
That we wouldn't be here had she not walked in and accepted to stand back at that bar that day and realize how bad we needed the help.
Another key event was when Donaldsonville business legend E.J. Urso came to the restaurant and put on sunglasses.
I gotta put my shades on. I get snow blindness in here with all these white tablecloths with nobody sitting at them. He said, you trying to serve people food you want them to eat instead of giving them the food they want to eat. So E.J. Urso on that night turned my whole culinary world in just that statement. Give people what they want to eat while you slowly teach them something about what you want them to try.
Then, on a New Year's Eve, John saw Paul Prudhomme on TV and lamented to Lolly about wanting to be a Cajun cuisine ambassador. She issued a challenge.
You take it to the world. Go ahead, go take it to the world. I said, how am I going to take it to the world? She said, that's for you to figure out.
And he did. John was successful in connecting with Hilton International and opened restaurants in Hong Kong and Taipei. He decided to attempt Russia, and after a tenuous Moscow visit, he was given a contract.
I was just excited to be allowed to open the first restaurant in the Soviet Union, only to find that I would be serving Reagan and Gorbachev in 80% of the world press for 2 weeks. And that really was the stepping stone to my international publicity. The door swung wide after Moscow.
Chef John FOLSE's travel included China, and he picked up countless awards along the way. He is known to many from his television programs in New Orleans, on WAFB in Baton Rouge, and on Louisiana Public Broadcasting. John's cookbooks incorporate history and Louisiana storytelling. Many have attended weddings at his White Oak Estate and Gardens, but to John, it's a living history museum for events such as his annual Fête des Bouchers.
I don't think anybody else can experience the love of culture, the love of music, the love of food, the love of family, more than we as Louisianians can.
In 1994, John was asked to make gumbo for the casinos on the Mississippi coast, and his USDA manufacturing plant was born. It grew so fast that the expansion was announced during the grand opening. The Donaldsonville facility ships to over 10 countries on a daily basis. It mainly provides recipes to restaurants. However, John also makes his own products, including a bakery division. After learning how to make cheese in Europe, the dairy unit was added. Some people ask, does he ever stop? Not really. John is a partner in Revolution, the restaurant in the Royal Sonesta. He built a market in the expansion of the New Orleans airport and is now distilling spirits. He feels blessed.
Because I know that I did not get here alone. And the greatest gift I could give back is to look at those people in need, just as we were in need and the community came around us.
John's charity work is mostly tied to his Catholic faith. He is chairman of the Sister Dulcie Foundation, and he has helped St. Vincent de Paul for decades. The former altar boy felt proud to prepare a state dinner for St. John Paul II, and was further inspired attending a private meeting where His Holiness was comforting wounded children. Besides community service, John believes his true legacy will be in Thibodeau.
Nothing is more important to me than the Chef John FOLSE Culinary Institute at Nicholls State University. The only 4-year college degree, Bachelor of Science in Culinary Arts in the United States. We are maintaining and ensuring that Cajun and Creole cuisine at its finest will be here for generations of cooks yet to come.
John says the key to his success is one word: Lolly.
You know, I can really tear up because she gave up her world to come into a world of restaurant touring that she had no interest in. And I know deep down, of all the things I've done, I wouldn't have done any of those had she not been there to kind of keep her hands wrapped around the company. I had a mission. I wanted the world to know what went on in my little backyard in St. James, under that clothesline, stirring a cast iron pot with an African-American woman. I wanted them to know that this is who we are. And we want all the world to know it. And God was giving me that opportunity, and I took advantage of it.
Oh, the joie de vivre, from his first breath and continuing today. He took his Cajun heritage to the world and fed everyone he could along the way. He is dedicated to teaching and paying it forward. This man embodies everything good about the heart and soul of Louisiana. It is with great honor that Chef John FOLSE is inducted into the Baton Rouge Business Hall of Fame.